Hi guys, I just wanted to go through a wee tutorial video on the hip hinging movements that we done a lot of last night. So yeah, just to sort of re-emphasise a few points on that, just because it's such a major movement, and it'll be so beneficial if you can all really get to grips with it without having any sort of pain in your lower back. Because going forward there'll be a lot more of it, and be trying to build the weights up and things. So it's quite important to get the movement. Thought you all done really well with it last night. There were a lot of different variations of it with the banded good mornings, the dumbbell or the weight plate or the kettlebell stiff leg deadlifts, which were right after it, and also the single leg variation with the kettlebell in the opposite hand. So that's just a few variations we've done last night. We've also done the kettlebell suitcase deadlift and the double kettlebell normal deadlift, where you hip hinge and then you bend your knees to come all the way down to the ground. So I'm just going to quickly go through all the main points, plus what you should be thinking about with your core and your breathing to try and prevent feeling it in your back at all. Okay, so I'll try and go through them as quickly as I can. I'll start with the banded good mornings. I'm not actually going to use the kit because I'm in the house and not getting any kit here, which is daft, but I'll go through it. The points are still the same. Okay, they're all very similar, just with slight changes for each exercise. So the first the first one, the banded good morning, basically because of the line of the band when you're in that position, the band will be coming straight down to your feet. So there's a slightly longer lever. If you think about this as the lever, there's a slightly longer lever from the area that's working to the line of pull. So that's why a band, although it's not a weight, can give you so much tension into the back of your legs. So it's different from the weight plates where you're trying to hold them back in line with your legs because it's much closer to the lever. So we can go much heavier without hurting your back as long as the line of pull is similar to or in quite close relation to the muscles that are working. So this one you will feel much more sort of paraspinal, so the muscles in the side of your spine all the way up working just because of the length of that lever. So don't worry about that as long as your back is flat all the time, so you're not sort of in that position and cranking up with a rounded back. Okay, so the best way to start any of the hip hinge movements is just standing as tall as you can with your shoulders pushed down and backwards. Okay, so from there, as long as you hold that position and the only break is at the hips, you shouldn't round the lower back. So if I just push my hips straight back and almost just slide my hands down the side of my legs, my back should remain pretty much flat, if you like. So I'm hinging here, my upper body's coming down towards the ground. And my knees are slightly bent. I'm not sort of coming up and down there. So really the angle at my knees here doesn't change at all as I push back the way, which would be different from the normal deadlift where you go back and then down towards the ground. So with the banded good mornings and the stiff leg deadlifts, there's not any knee bend after you unlock before initiating the movement. So you don't want to be completely locked out like that because that would put a lot of pressure into the back of your knees. So you basically just break at the back of your knees, and then from there the movement is all from your hips. You're loading up your hamstrings. They're almost working like an elastic band, so you're stretching this through, and then from there your glutes are just popping you back forward. Okay, so with the band, it'll be there and driving through. And then with the weight plates, just remember you're trying to activate your upper back with the weight plates to keep your upper back nice and tight, and then you're driving through with your glutes again, trying to prevent yourself from rounding over. So kind of similar to what I was saying last night with the cobra stretch is you want your lumbar spine, this region, always to be tight, which is where your core work comes in. Your upper back can round slightly without hurting your lower back, but if you're hinging from your sort of lumbar spine a bit lower, so like anywhere from here down the way, really you're going to sort of feel it into your lower back. So basically, if I came over and I sort of rounded my upper back, there still wouldn't be any pressure on my lower back. It's still more beneficial just to hold them back, back slightly just to get your back completely flat. But if I rounded from a bit lower down, like that, it still could look pretty much flat from there. I'm not completely flopped over. But if that just rounds slightly like that, you're going to get a lot of pressure in here because now your pelvis is turned backwards, which shortens your hamstrings. And your core also switches off because it can't be braced in that position. So when before you pull the dumbbells back up, or even before you lower it down, it'd be an idea to take a big deep breath into your stomach and then squeeze your ribs down. So that will keep that nice and tight. Okay, your ribs are pushed down towards your pelvis, and then just hold that breath in as you come down, and then the way back up, you can let the breath back out. So you would always hold your breath at the stretch phase of the exercise, and then let it out when you've overcome the resistance. So on the way back up, as you push back through, you can breathe out. So it'd be like that. So I'm actively holding a breath in and then squeezing here to create a bit of pressure in your midsection and pushing your ribs down the way to brace your core. And then I'm only letting that out once I've overcome the resistance at the top of the exercise and I'm almost standing vertical again. So there'll be no pressure in your lower back at that point because you're not hinged over anymore. Okay, hope that makes sense. The best thing to think about to brace your core is imagine you're going to be punched in the stomach. Like, you would never arch your lower back in and let your ribs flare up because first of all you'd put your ribs at risk of being punched in, and you'll be pretty soft around here when your ribs are high. So even if you stuck your fingers underneath, like I can get my fingers underneath my ribs there, which isn't a very nice feeling, but it means your core's not switched on. I push them down the way, I can't get my fingers under there at all because your stomach muscles are braced, and that creates like sort of pretty tight all the way around. So your ribs are in nice and tight. Okay. The third one, the single leg deadlift, is a difficult exercise. I thought everyone done brilliant with it last night. Everyone added a bit of weight as well. I like to hold the weight in one hand and then stand in the other because it works the back of the standing leg and across your body into the back of the opposite shoulder, which is what happens when you run. So they're called your slings of your body, of your muscles, which run from basically one foot into the opposite arm. So like my left toes to my right hand, or my right toes to my left hand. It's not wrong to do it same hand and same foot, because you've also got like lateral slings which work right hand to left, right hand to right foot, and left hand to left foot. But for the purpose of this exercise and for what we're doing, we're trying to create tension sort of across the body and work things that will help with your running, etc. So that's the reason for that. You might see that exercise being done if you watch videos online of exercise or anything, and people will do it on the same side for different reasons. But just now, just going to try and stick to opposite hand and opposite foot with the kettlebell. So with that one, again, for example, if I had a weight in my left hand, I would then stand on my right leg. Okay, so in this position, also I'm not actually holding the weight, but from there, you're just trying to push this leg back as far as you can and let your upper body drop as far towards the ground as you can without rounding over at your lower back. So I could get much closer to the ground if I just rounded over. But again, I shut off all the tension that's running up the back line. Your hamstring might stop feeling it in the back of your body. It won't really work properly as soon as your spine rounds because all the muscles are then stretched. So shoulders are down and back. You can come over, then pause, and then on the way back up again, the same as the deadlift on two legs, you squeeze the glute of the standing leg and then stand back up tall. Okay, so you're there, come down, reach as far as you can, and then back up. It helps to reach the back leg quite far back because it's almost like a seesaw. You want your body in a flat position if you possibly can. Do one side on. So from there, if I had right hand, left leg, pushing back, like so, pausing there, reach that back leg, and then pull back through. Okay, so you're there, come down towards the ground, pausing, and then pulling back through. And all the work is again from the back of the leg. And you should just think again about the breathing thing. So big deep breath in, lower yourself down into the tabletop position, squeeze the glute, pull back up, and then release the breath at the top, and that will create a bit of tension and hopefully take a bit of pressure off your lower back if you've been feeling that. Any more points I'm trying to think of? Yeah, just keeping your hips square onto the ground with the single leg one. Again, it's quite easy to. It's not very nice having that tension in the back of your leg. So if your leg's very straight, the standing one, I actually find it quite sore and difficult to do this. But if that is completely straight, you're going to get a lot of tension into the back of your knee. So if you just slightly bend your knee, you will still get the tension. You'll probably be able to come a wee bit further over, and you'll get your glutes working as well. So it's not about the stretch so much. It's about loading up your hips. So your hamstrings slightly stretched, but you're then getting the connection to tell your glute to fire first, because they are the prime movers, the prime hip extensors. So you want your glutes to fire alongside your hamstrings, but the glutes do the majority of the work. A lot of people would pull hamstrings and things because their glutes don't work very well, and they rely on the hamstrings. It's also, if you want to develop your glutes for any aesthetic purposes, then you want your glutes to work. So that's the reason for all these exercises too, apart from being the biggest and most powerful muscle in your body and helping you walk properly and run properly and sprint. Also, I suppose they look good. So yeah, just want to work them properly. Last one on the stiff leg deadlifts and the single leg one. Just remember we've done it, and you had the option of keeping your hands at that to point your fingers straight down. So if you come back and you let your hips open up, you won't feel anything in your hamstring. All the weight will be transferred to the outside of the leg here. So right now I'm not really feeling that my hamstring's stabilising, but literally roll in an inch and I feel that right up the centre of the muscle. You've got a few different hamstring muscles. The outside ones are probably the strongest, just because you sort of rely on them a wee bit more, and the medial ones are a bit weaker. So we want to work the muscle equally. So yeah, try and keep your hips very square on. I'll do one side on just to show you what it looks like side on. So there, I'm flat. There, I'm slightly opened up. So it doesn't look very different, but you will feel the difference if you just roll the top hip down until they're pointing square on, and then your hamstring gets a bit more of a stretch down the middle part, and your glute will work properly. All right. I hope this helps. We'll go through it again at all the sessions, but it's a key movement, and it'll be good to for everyone to feel like they're really getting the hang of it. So yeah, if you've had a sore back, don't worry about it, but just try and think about all the wee points. All right, cheers.